Hello there Scapers, my name is Xenivilius of Pros and welcome to this patch week update review video. So I don't think I've done one of these in about 5 months, not since the Soul Reaper update in January, which removed trim comp capes from people for about a good 2 months. For those who didn't save up on Reaper points, unfortunately, but this one was much kinder in that respect. There's a ton of actually very useful, interesting and relevant stuff that happened this week. So I'm just going to walk through a few of them, show them in game and also give my opinions on them. So yeah, that's mainly what the video is going to be about. Let's kick off with the biggest update, I reckon, which is the Orb of the Kaiwei Elders. Something they said they might include later on release when they only had the wand, and finally they've done it now, about 15 months since God Wars Dungeon 2 was released in March 2016. So I was well prepared for this thanks to my good friend Truliguthics, who reminded me that they were going to release this, so we were ready to camp this as soon as the update went live. We actually went in a trio with It's Alex, Truliguthics and myself. It was good fun going back there after a very long time. I still haven't got anything from this boss, anything valuable apart from the Serenic Essence, if that even counts. And we were there mainly out of hope than anything else. Hope that we got the orb very quickly. We only stayed there for 1 hour. We got about 40 kills, which is pretty good going. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything in that 1 hour, but still good fun, and we made about 2.23 mil in the hour each. But from what I've heard, the orb is not very valuable, mainly because of the fact that offhands do not contribute to your overall accuracy. They only contribute to your overall ability damage. And because the Kaiwei Orb acts as a tier 80 weapon for damage and a tier 90 weapon for accuracy, and the accuracy is pretty much useless, it's basically a Virtus book at this point, unless you count debuffs and spellcasting. For that, your accuracy is quite useful, but for abilities, your accuracy is not being used at all, so you might as well just use a Virtus book with the Wand of the Kaiwei Elders instead of this one, as things stand right now. So it's very cheap, to be honest. Last time I checked, it was about 18 point something mil, which is not what you'd expect on day of release of an item. But anyway, there you go, there's that. Slightly disappointing that they haven't changed how offhands work yet, but once they do that, I'm sure this orb will be very valuable and very useful as a mid-tier or mid to high tier offhand weapon. Next up we have Crystal Tree Blossoms. This one's a pretty simple update. You can disassemble Crystal Tree Blossoms for a chance of crystal parts. These are used to make crystal tool siphons, so these can be pretty useful for Iron Men especially, because with the Charon Quiver you get 2 Crystal Tree Blossoms from the Crystal Tree every single day, and this can add up quite quickly. They used to make Perfect Plus potions, but obviously you don't make nearly as many as the number of Crystal Tree Blossoms you collect. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Pretty useful update. Essentially you get 6 crystal parts for every, on average, for every crystal tool that you disassemble at level 10, and it costs 10 crystal parts to make a crystal tool siphon. So if you're going to use the method I mentioned in my new skillvention method analysis video, which you can check out now on screen by clicking on the card, you'll realize that you can actually make more of a profit by adding Crystal Tree Blossoms into this method, because you get free crystal parts. Anyway, you can look into that for further details. I'm not going to go into it. My goodness, I got a soul first kill. First kill of the Slayer task, I got a soul, guys. Alright, that was easy. Very easy indeed. Pretty sure that's not the norm. I think I have to kill a few hundred before I get them, normally. Here we go, handing in the soul that I got on my first kill of my Black Demon's task. So that should make it nice, 6.25k. Apparently you get something like 1.4 mil XP from handing in the first soul of each of these 146 monsters. So let's have a look. 2 out of 146, pretty bad. I need to get going. Another big one, it's probably the most useful one, arguably. This one is that you don't need to deactivate your scrimshaw before you switch to a preset or bank it. You can just bank it straight away like that. It just deactivates it automatically. Extremely useful. You have a different color outline for offhand and main hand spells. So if you take it off, clear main hand, set as offhand. So it's currently as my main hand, so I'll set this one as my offhand. There you go, yellow for offhand, red for main hand. That's pretty useful, but generally people just use both for the same one, I guess. So I'll just put Ice Barrage for both offhand and main hand. That's overridden by red. Another very useful one for people who tend to forget about their familiars not being refilled when they're banking for a boss and then realizing in the middle of the kill, oh, I don't have enough food because my familiar didn't get refilled because it didn't get called at the max guild, for example. Here you go. So you have the Geezer Titan here. Usually when you go to the max guild, half the time, or more than half the time, it doesn't get called. But I think they fixed it now, so it's automatically force called, as you can see. There you go, Geezer Titan under there. Really, Araxopet. This one has been bothering me for quite a while, and I'm really glad they fixed it. Now you can give your BOB all your inventory items with just one click instead of having to drag and drop. As you can see here, you've got the button to do that, and also to remove it. That was there before anyway. Now you can also select it as a left click option. So give BOB, as you can see, and yeah, that's pretty handy. Just to add to the long list of extremely useful updates, this time we have the update which allows us to split the defense and the constitution bars separately, and also the attack and strength bars, and also the magic spellbook and ability book bars. So that's where we are, able to do that now. So that's exactly what I'm doing. This might take a while, but as you can see, you just need to unlock your action bar, and then you're able to drag these things out separately and rearrange them to your heart's content. Another very useful one is, especially if you're somewhere like at Araxor or Virago during the reflect phase, and you're using a channeled ability such as Fury. So let's use Fury and see what this update does. So let's use Fury and then spam click under me. Only one hit registered. That's what we want. Previously, even if you clicked away, after channeling Fury, you'd hit like at least twice. So the second hit could potentially kill you, especially if you do Assault or something higher damage dealing than Fury itself. So let's have a look at Assault. Put Assault on, and then after one hit, hopefully it stops. No, it did two there. Maybe I didn't click away fast enough. Okay. Alright, let's try it with Asphyxiate then. This will be useful at Yaka if it works. Alright, let's start. Okay, it did work. I did start clicking a little bit late for it to work, to be fair. Let's try it with Rapid Fire. One hit. Stop, 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 stop. No, it doesn't work. Maybe you need to click further away from where you're standing. It's not very useful, is it? Maybe they didn't change it after all. Alright, let's try it with Asphyxiate again. This time clicking away. Yeah, it did work when you click away, as you would expect, but not when you click on the spot you're standing. That would be more useful. Hopefully they fixed that. They've also added a few descriptions to the tooltips when you hover your mouse over summoning pouches, which is very useful to know if you didn't know it already. So I didn't know that you can get a 1 plus 3% range level boost with a Geezer Titan. Wow, okay. And it can teleport you to the Piscatoris Hunter area. That I knew. 5% magic accuracy, 5% melee accuracy, and so on. That information wasn't known, to be fair, unless you actually looked on wiki or something. So it's good that they've added it to this. Next one is that you can get an Ushatbi urn, which is basically worth, I don't know how many, quite a few Slayer points. You have a chance of getting it for free from Rush of Blood. So let's have a look whether we get it. We didn't this time, but we might get it next time. Let's try again. 27, that's probably my highest. Wave 27, huh? Nice one. Good job, Zen. Alright, let's see if we can get this Ushatbi urn. No, we can't. I guess I'll take Jagix's word that you can get it, even though I haven't been able to. It turns out that you can also buy and sell these teleports. Imperial District, all the districts, also the Sophanum Slayer Dungeon and Shifting Tombs teleport on the GE, which wasn't possible before, but still not sure how you actually buy them. Must be a pretty obvious way, I'm not aware of it. Okay, let's buy Sophanum Slayer Dungeon teleport then. Got it. I've never actually been there, so this will be my first time. How much did it buy for? Let's see. About 5k. That's what it bought for. This is the one I've been waiting for far too long. My bank has been filled up with these reward enhancers. Most of them have been completely useless to me when I was going for trim. Some of them were useful, but mostly they weren't even when I was going for trim. Now they're all completely useless to me. Pretty much all of them. I'm just going to keep a few just in case there's something in the future. But now, finally I can hand these in for something valuable. Thanks to Mod Rowley for doing this. So I can exchange them for Motherlode shards now. Something I haven't seen for a long time. So swap enhancers for shards. Yes. I will get 25. That's actually not a lot. But, oh well. I'm not complaining. Alright, so I can use 10 a day. And I got 25 from all the spare ones. Possibly even more if I handed the remaining ones from my bank in. So that's been very useful. Thank you to Mod Rowley for that, because it's been a long time coming. They've also made it so that most of the shops in the game now reset their stock at game time, at 0-0 game time, at reset basically, unlike before when they were all sort of restocking gradually. So if you see this, it used to restock one by one, so 273, 274, blah blah blah. So you'd have to wait a full 24 hours before it went back up to 300 after you empty it to 0. So yeah, now that they've reset it, I think it's more convenient for people so that they can rely on exactly when... Wait, what? It's still going up. It's still going up, guys. Okay, maybe it's still going up, but also if, say, you get it down to 0 at 23.59, it will reset to 300 at 0000. In that case, it's a win-win. The Slayer counter can also be expanded, so that it shows you a bit more information, such as your current Slayer points, your task streak, which is basically from my first task onwards. I need to hit that 1k task before I hit 120 Slayer, and also the weakness. So that is pretty useful, I guess. You don't really need your counting thing on your Slayer helmet or your Slayer ring, to be honest. You just use your Slayer counter, regardless of whether you have a Slayer helmet or the Ring of Slaying or an enchanted gem, for example. Just to make life easier, maybe for that double XP we can grind, you can now right click on your portable in your inventory and click extend existing without having to use it on the portable that's on the floor, which may be difficult with tons of people around. The clue scroll interface now displays scanning when scanning. Great. Not too sure how useful this one is, but I will take it. I guess the main thing is that I don't have to keep spam clicking the clue scroll to figure out whether my digging spot is close by or not. That's the main thing that's come out of this, not this Monday's update, but like a few months back when they stopped, when they changed it. So yeah. Well, what do you know? The last update I wanted to demonstrate was the broadcast to the entire group when someone in the group dies. Very unnaturally, we had no one die in either Beastmaster or Yakamaru, although I did sign just now. So yeah, couldn't demonstrate that. I guess I'll have to die now manually somehow. How do I die easily? KBD maybe? I have to bank all my stuff first, don't I? Alright, let's collect this loot. Can I get 15 out of 15? No, maybe Beastmaster? No, okay. 2 days from now then. Here we go, it's going to be broadcast to my entire group now, is it? Yes, it is. Xenivilius has just died, although there is no one else in my group except the host who's offline. Yamakaru. Ah, close one, not quite. And last but not least, they have added different descriptions to the rune plate body, such as Ancient Armadillo, and not just Ancient Plate Body, but Rune Plate Body Ancient, for example, and extended sort of the abbreviations that they had previously, just so people don't scam other people with as much ease as before. I guess some people will still get scammed, but anyway, that's it. There are a few other things I haven't mentioned, but this video is already far too long. Ooh, penguin. Some of the main ones are that Iron Man can now use Shield Dome and the Prism of Dowsing. The Shield Dome one was a long time coming. I'm glad it's here. It'll be very useful for them. Unfortunately, I don't have an Iron Man to test this on. Or should I say I don't have an Iron Man with the ability to cast Shield Dome. You can also right click effigies in your inventory to select the skills that you want XP in without having to go through the chats. So that should be quite good. I don't have an effigy to show this on right now. Now all the different tiers of luck rings provide an improvement to the rare drop table for the Sophonim Slayer dungeon creatures, which previously wasn't the case, I guess, so that is good. I'm looking forward to actually camping those. Once I get a task from Morvran, that should be quite interesting, but right now I have to kill Edemu, which I'm not complaining about, because that's another chance at a pet, assuming I remember to pick it up this time, of course. You'll also get 250 reputation, which you might have seen before when I handed in my Black Demon Ushatbi or whatever. So if you collect all 146, this will add up to 36.5k reputation, and if you handed in a ton before this update, you will have got the reputation retroactively. There's also been a few updates to the Bladed Dive ability from Shattered Worlds, something I don't think I can afford right now, so I need to go back there and try some more Shattered Worlds, because I've only been there to unlock all the music tracks or comp, so I haven't been there much. Need to go back there, need to see what's up, and I believe they're also updating a few things with it in the future, as they showed in yesterday's live stream, Tuesday's live stream. You can get strange rocks from all fishing spots in RuneScape, except for Demonhain, of course, so that's pretty good to know that whatever activity you're doing, you'll be able to have a chance of getting it. I'm not going to do that because I've got Trim CBA to do any more strange rocks after doing 900. Is it 900? Possibly more. Yeah, it's 900 I think. And I'm not going to go to Varago, but they've also updated a few things about the way Scopulus Week works. You can check that out, and all the other really small updates in the description below. There's a link there. Personally, I'm looking forward to the Sophonim Slayer dungeon and getting all the souls from there, but that's not really part of the patches this week. All in all, I think the patches have been really useful. Some have been a very long time coming, some haven't, and some have been a nice surprise, so it's a good mix this week, and I'm looking forward to the Magister boss next week as well. That should be a very, very interesting boss. Apparently it'll only take 2.5 to 3 minutes to kill. 115 Slayer, few other piece of information about it as well. I might make a video on it in the future, in the coming days. And looking forward to next month. I think there's going to be a new aura bag that should be quite useful, although the way it works, it seems to work, is probably going to hinder rather than help presets, but we shall see, we shall see. So I hope you enjoyed this very long video. I'm just warming myself up back into the swing of things, so hopefully I will make shorter videos next time, less rambling and so on. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one.